I've had about the happiest day of my life, filled with everything considered nice in the eyes of the world. Hello, I'm Alexander Ben Ephraim of New York City. And I just want to say hello to you and tell you about the attribute of Simcha, joy. How joy is the ultimate attribute, the attribute of the Mashiach, the attribute of Keter. Above everything else is Simcha, happiness, joy. This will do away with all your sicknesses and pains. Sadness is the bite of the snake in Gan Eden. Simcha is the remedy from the Mashiach to remedy the sadness, the eating of the dirt in this world, to elevate that, to jump off the dirt, to jump up into the air, like a bird flies in the air, off of the ground. So let me give you this highest level, an explanation of it right away in this little dialogue we're having. Simcha has a gematria of 353. That's sin, 300. Mem, 40. That's 340. Het, 8. And Hey, 5. So that's 300 with 40, 340, with 8, 348, and a Hey, 5, 353. Now if we add the 4 letters and take 1 for the word itself, that adds another 5 letters, that comes out to 358. 358 is the gematria of Nahash, which is also the gematria of Mashiach. One of the weird things in Judaism is that Nahash and Mashiach have the same gematria. The Nahash in Gan Eden, which caused the fall, has the same gematria as the Mashiach, which will rise us up out of that fall. Very often, opposites have the same gematria, numerology in Judaism. And so now we have the attribute of Simcha, which is obviously expressed in Judaism in so many ways, culminating maybe in Simchas Torah, which, if we consider it one day along with Shemini Atzeret, just happens to be my birthday, so I have a whoosh towards this. 358 being the gematria of Simcha, and Mashiach, it's the attribute of Mashiach. The attribute of Keter, they've put it on Keter as a crown, because when you have Simcha, you have joy, it's a crown on your head. And this will elevate the sadness of the Nahash and the fall itself, all in a simultaneous inclusion. And so what are some of the methodologies? You know, I didn't make this up. Nobody made this up. It's the highest aspect of Judaism. When you come out of Yom HaKippurim, when you Motzi Yom HaKippurim, when you leave the synagogue, you're supposed to have Simcha. Can anything be higher than that? So now all other religions consider this the highest attribute also. I remember years ago, I used to listen to Rajneesh. He used to talk about be joyous. He used to stretch those S's like that. Be joyous. Rabbi Nachman of Breslov, his whole system and Hasidus is predicated on Simcha. How come I only found this now in my own personal body after an experience only last week in a hospital? Because my attributes of sadness cause my pains. I can tell you as an experience myself that my negative emotions cause my pains within the body, holding rather than joy. A lot of other gurus had people sing. I went to just visit one years ago, and all of a sudden he started singing rock songs. Doesn't seem so out of place right now. So here's a little predicate for you. Here's a little daily behavior. A mixed metaphor of methodologies that are not only from a Jewish point of view. When you get up in the morning, laugh. They call that laughing yoga. Seems strange. Different types of laughing. You can find all this out. Look up laughing yoga if you like. But just laugh. What does it do? Your belly and your belly button, and it frees your diaphragm by laughing down there, breathing into the belly, letting the diaphragm loosen. So that's pretty good right there. Something else that you can just see as I'm looking on the screen here. Smiling. Everything. Smiling. How many people you see smiling walking down the street? That's right. 0. Smiling. So you laugh. Then later, smile. Seems strange. Another behavior when you're walking down the street, skip. When you're walking, break into a skip. Number one, that's one way to leave the earth a little bit, like a bird. Skip into like a run, just for a couple of steps. People won't know that you're doing it. Skip into a run, just a couple of steps. See how you feel. Tell me how you feel. People don't communicate back enough with me. Tell me how you feel after you walk down the street and then break into a skip. Your energy will go through the legs like dance, which is another thing. Simcha, dance. Simcha, Torah, dancing with the Torah, like a wedding ceremony around the bima. Dance, skip. So where did I get this? About 15 years ago, I happened to be at a place, I won't mention the city, and they were having, actually in the summer, they were having not with ice, but like a dry run of bobsledders. So all these big athletes, real athletes, because they didn't even have balls or clubs, they're just athletes, walking down the street, and all of a sudden they start skipping into this run. And then they stop. And then another block, they start skipping again. Bounce, bounce. It's a fast start, but it also changes the consciousness. See how it changes the consciousness for you. So we have laughing yoga, we have smiling, we have skipping. How about singing? Like it says in Psalms, sing a new song. How about just a melody, a nagun? Sing anything. Sing the telephone book. Give a chant to the Torah. Isn't that what we're doing? Give a melody. Melody is higher than the words. So, let me see here if I forgot anything. Give me a second here. Singing, laughing, smiling, skipping. The gematria of Simcha, that's the deepest thing. Simcha itself is the highest attribute, coming from Kesa itself, above Chokhmah, Bina, and Das, the actual crown. Entire Judaism, all your studies are only supposed to lead you to one thing: joy, happiness, simcha. That simcha elevates you. Dance, jump off the ground. Get to the next level. See how your pains in your body go away when you have joy. Sadness is the body pain. The antidote of the Nahash, of the bite of Nahash in the Garden of Eden. We live in a Gan. We live in a garden. Everything is beautiful here. Gan, as a final nun is 700, and with a Gimel 3, 703, it's the same as Shabbat when you add 1. Shabbat is a Gan in the middle of Eden. The antidote for the Nahash, the attribute of Mashiach. And we're living in Olam Haba. And be joyous at all times. So I leave you as I came. Ha 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 ha.